What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Riddim bass in Serum. To me, kind of sounds like dispersers on it, but there's no disperser, so I'm calling it the fake disperser bass. And then I'm going to give a couple tips about different stuff in this particular clip and how I did it. So this is what the clip sounds like. Alright, so let's just jump right into the goddamn patch on this one. This is what it sounds like without any post effects. And so the first thing you're going to need is a wavetable that's a harmonic morph, so a series of increasing harmonics. I'm using this laser zapper one that you can get for free on my Gumroad along with all my other wavetables. Or if you want to make one yourself, all you need to do is get a laser one-shot pitch drop effect like this. Drag it into Serum, then click the little pencil icon in the top right. I like to start by processing it, normalizing each frame gain separately, then going to the first frame that doesn't have anything in it, and removing selected to end. Then to get rid of all these duplicate sine waves, I just shift select all of them, go to add remove and remove the multi-selection. Then to put the sine wave first and the highest one last, just click sort and reverse entire table order. That'll give you something like this. Then to smooth out the frames, just go in, hit morph, and do crossfade or spectral, which will give you this. Then pitch it down 3 octaves. Then grab an LFO and make sure you have envelope or trigger turned on. Use it to modulate the wavetable position and set it to be a downwards ramp. Then if you just send it through a flange filter with relatively low cutoff and high resonance, you can get that like Riddim-y one-shot type sound, where adjusting the shape of the LFO is going to give you different tones. Then to give you a little more freedom later on in the process, take another LFO, set it to envelope mode, and use that to modulate your level. So now I'm just going to switch back to my first oscillator that has the original sound, which is just a bit brighter because it has more wavetables that are higher frequency. Now, how do you make this patch better? So one thing is macros. So I've set up my first macro to modulate the resonance, which lets me control the length of the tail. Then I have another one that controls the filter tuning, and this one's kind of important because this current patch is tuned to E. So even when I play different notes like a C, it's going to take those and repitch them, which you can check by right-clicking in this little tempo section and auto-detecting. And as you can see, it's kind of changing my C notes there to like closer to E. So then if you're using different notes in your track or your song's not in E, you can just play the patch and then adjust the filter tuning macro until it sounds right. Or you can automate your filter tuning knob to give it that like bending type sound. If you've already kind of fine-tuned your filter tuning to be correct for the notes in your track like this, and you want to do more pitch bending or like automation, you can use the actual pitch bend in Serum. You just need to right-click the cutoff here, set the mod source to be the pitch bend knob, then just make sure you go into your matrix and lower this value, mine set to 13, and make sure you change your type from unipolar to bipolar. Then you should be able to just automate your pitch bend to get cool stuff like this. Then I like to add a width macro, which just adjusts the mix on a chorus to add a little bit of stereo to the sound. Then for this fake phaser knob, as you can see, there's not a phaser on this patch, but I've just routed it to my bend and set it to asymmetry plus, which lets you get like phaser or formant filter type tones out of it without having to add those. Next, before I move on to how to get different tones out of it like this, I want to talk for half a second about some of the other sounds that I have in this clip. So the main bass here is just a one shot from the Third Wave Dubstep sample pack that I put out a while ago, layered with this like kind of crusty sub patch, where pattern wise the pitch goes center, down, center, up, center, down. Then in the second half I just add some volume fades to make space for these little time stretched hits. And there's a couple different versions of this sound in the pack. And you can get just the Riddim folder, I think, for $2.99 or the whole pack for $7.99, which is down from $12.99. Then I have this green little triplet hit here, which is just another sample from the pack that I've cut the first piece off of. A lot of the times I'll use stuff like that right before a clap to make it impact more. Then to add a little more variation to this graboid sound, I have this ending piece that I made by just adding a Fruity Delay 3, automating the input wetness to just grab this single last hit right here, and then bringing up the output wetness, which gives you this type of sound. Then to give it that little pitch down, I just automated the time and increased it a tiny little bit. So then to go back to the first synth, how can we get different sounds out of that super easily? So one thing that you can do is just clone the patch and just go in and make changes to your volume envelope. So here I have like 2 little hits, along with making changes to your first LFO, which is your wavetable modulator. Then while you're doing that, you can also add automations to like your resonance, your filter tuning, your width, or your fake phaser, like I've done right here and right here, to get a ton of other different sounds out of it. And so that's going to do it for this one, y'all. I know this one was a little more sanitary. I wasn't really in the bottom left screen dirtying it up too much, saying a bunch of bullshit while I recorded. But I'm just kind of trying to experiment and see how short I can get these and punchy. If you want to support this channel, you can do that. There's a way that you can do that. Send me your social security number, date of birth, and mother's maiden name. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go support me on Patreon. I have a Patreon. It's $5 a month. You can vote for the next sample pack of the month. There's 100 samples every single month without fail. And you get the lice. You get the lice, dude. You will get lice. It's for the lice comes with it. They're gonna find you. It's not like we send you the lice. You get on the Patreon. You subscribe. The lice come. It's like a fucking dinner bell. They start swarming towards your head. So what was I saying? The last 5. The lice. That's what they did, man. I had hair. I had to cut it off. I had the lice. And you get the last 5 months worth of sample packs for $5. That's 500 samples, $5. It's goddamn as low as the price could be. It's a penny a sample. Or if you don't want to do the Patreon, I know subscriptions kind of suck. You can go to Gumroad. I sell sample packs on Gumroad. The prices on all the packs, except all the sample packs on there, just dropped. So go check those out. If you were like holding off or you haven't bought one yet, I just dropped the prices on both the packs that I have up there and some other stuff. Or lastly, you can get lessons, private lessons. They're $25 an hour. Just hit me up on any social media. I respond to the DMs. I don't really get on there and surf around too much. But that's going to do it for this one, y'all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.